Welcome to the Chop Team. I'm your host, Seth the DaChop.
I'm your host, Twins Inc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our Barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up. Welcome back. What's going on, everybody? Seth the DaChop, how you doing, my brother?
Hey, man, checking in from a place of peace.
Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year's to the listener who's listened to the show today on Sunday on YouTube, and anybody who's listened to the show on the recorded show, podcast, on the platform. So salute to you, and thank you for tuning in for another wonderful year of the Chop Team. I think we're going in 3 years now. Yeah, we're going in 3 years
sir.
now. 2019, 2022, we still here, baby.
Yes, sir. Gonna keep it going. One day we gonna be a household name. I mean, it could be 100 years from now, but we don't care.
Oh, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today is January the 2nd in 2022. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad Seth the DaChop be here because there's a lot of people that didn't make it with us into 2020, make it into this year. So anyway, with enough being said, welcome to the Chop Team. We do live recordings every Sunday, 3 p.m.-ish on Sundays. Follow us on YouTube, the Chop Team. And, of course, we drop every episode on Monday morning, 7 a.m. on all major podcast platforms. So if you're iTunes or Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all those major things will be listed there. So, Seth the DaChop, you see the topic that we have here, my brother. It's 2022, the beginning. Bum, bum, bum. And some people are probably looking like, what does that mean? Well, I'm glad that you asked. Seth, can you help the people understand what the beginning is and what we're going to talk about today on this episode?
Well, I want to be positive. I want this year to be more positive. I've ladies and gentlemen, not that some of y'all give a blank, but Seth the DaChop has turned a corner. I was a really dark child, and actually I kind of like being the dark child. But I think I called a truce a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to extend that truce. I'll be talking more about people of my complexion in total instead of just that the other half of our gender. So I want this year to be more positive, but I want us to positively do the right thing, and I'll be voicing my opinion on what that could be. That's the beginning. Mm-hmm. The beginning of an upward spiral for us as people of color.
Okay. Preach.
That's again. I'm not. We're gonna try to look at everything, and it's going to be some things that might be offensive, but it's still going to be things that need to be said.
Okay.
Right. Like not just people of color. People. Period. The human race is a cesspool in a lot of areas, and we need to choose to do better. And so I want to talk on a lot of social topics, a little bit more expanded than just relationship topics. But don't get me wrong, because we're going in on everything. We the Chop Team, and we'll be chopping it up.
Got it.
So yeah, that's how I want to start the year. How do you feel like this being the beginning of 2022? What do you see?
What I see? I don't know, because I'll just say this. So far, for the beginning of the year of 2022, global warming's real.
Yes.
Yes. Even though we do live in Atlanta, Georgia, a.k.a. hot Atlanta, we have to understand that Christmas just passed, and, it's like 7 degrees outside right now. Yeah.
I haven't worn a jacket in 2 weeks.
I got shorts on and a tank top on right now. Okay. Yes. And now, granted, this week it's gonna start dropping back down to the 50s and stuff. But as a kid in me, the last 2 weeks, because kids are out of school and the weather's been in the 70s, this has been an awesome school break and Christmas and New Year's, my opinion, because the weather has been phenomenal. But yes, global warming is real, and I'll just stop right there for a little bit and let Seth continue. But yeah, global warming is real.
Yeah, that once again, but that's what I was saying. Like the upward spiral, folks. We're gonna need to start prioritizing. I've enjoyed my holidays. Enjoying my holidays has allowed me to catch up on some movie watching and stuff, binge watching, and I've detected a disturbing trend that is getting on my blanking nerves, especially on YouTube. I mean on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
But and also once again societally, economically, it's a lot of waves out there crashing against the beach, and I don't think anybody thinks that these waves will get their feet wet. I don't know if I'm mixing analogies there or not, but so once again, people, as was just said by Mr. Twins Inc. here, the global warming. If you don't have any real understanding or idea of how to navigate what's about to happen, God bless and good luck. But it was 62 degrees in Alaska on Christmas Day. Okay? 62 degrees in Alaska. I don't know what else to say to point something out about that. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough. In Alaska, 62, that's not good. I mean, stuff is melting.
Bruh, Atlanta, we're being in Atlanta, is on the plateau. I don't know what the name of the plateau is, but Atlanta sits on a plateau. We're about 600 feet above sea level on average here in Atlanta, in the metro area, 600 feet. If water rises 1 foot, which is not impossible in the next 10 years, you could lose Miami, Charleston, New York. A good chunk of DC will be underwater.
Wow.
And it's 70. It was 70 degrees this morning before 11 here in Atlanta in December. That's all I'm gonna say. And this is before stuff gets bad. Hey, let me ask you a question, brother. Without being specific, how are you on personal self-defense around for yourself and your family? How are you on that?
I can always get better with it, right? Because I don't think you could never have enough of security for you and your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think for like the average person, I probably have more than enough stuff for an average person, right? I'm not saying I'm an expert,
Okay.
but most average people don't even have what the stuff I have. But like I said, I could be better, but I'm always looking to improve, right? Stock up on things because me personally, I like to stay ready so I don't have to get ready. It sounds so cliche, but I mean, just think when me and Seth, the DaChop, really started doing this podcast show before the whole jab, well, not the whole jab, but since the whole COVID first came out, we was talking about trying to get our hands on guns, remember? And
Yep.
what was going to look like. People can't get jobs. People not going to have money. People going to start breaking people's houses. Crimes going up. Remember we was talking about that stuff? And At that time frame, I probably had maybe like one gun at that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
You fast forward to 2 years now, going on 3 now, shoot, I have a whole infantry, without getting all the details out. And I'm still looking to get more stuff. and also train myself and train my kids, my son. Just learn how to manage things, because I'm gonna say it again: global warming is real. I need to be able to go outside and fend for myself, and how to start a fire with my bare hands, how to know what to look at, what berries to eat. You know what I mean? Just some things that you're not taught in school, right? Because school will teach you how to be in the industry as a worker and employee for the rest of your life. They don't want you to be independent.
Yeah.
So, yes, with that being said, like I said, I'm doing good. I'm trying to get to the great and to the excellent part, but there's levels to it.
Well, I mean, I don't, once again, I think I might have, it's a few more items I want, but, once again, I went from literally not having a handgun when we started, when the first lockdown began.
Mm-hmm.
I went from not having a handgun to being absolutely, I would say, country white boy. Is that a nice way of saying it?
That's a nice way of saying it.
Bruh, not having a gun at all, to straight up country white boy. I even have, what I got for Christmas?
What you get for Christmas?
I asked for and received a bow.
Oh,
it's not a compound bow.
Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, it's not a compound bow like Rambo in the movies or nothing like that. But I absolutely have a bow. I have 15 of aluminum shafted arrows with the training tips and the hunting tips. Bruh, it got a 60-pound draw. Meaning I'm not good at it yet. I'm not going front, but a 60-pound draw is good to almost 100 yards. So, boom, there we go.
Hey,
and all because global warming is real. Go ahead, man.
Listen, if anybody has watched, if you like zombie movies or zombie anything, you should know about Walking Dead. And the number one weapon that Daryl had out there was his. I mean, honestly, if you want to know how to survive, now mind you, it's a TV show, but it gives you a lot of things that you should have or should know how to do, how to survive when it comes to the end of times, right? No power, you got to fend for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think about the most, two characters who last the longest. What's her name? Michonne.
Yeah.
She had a sword.
Wait. You have to use her correct name. It's Okoye.
Okoye. Yeah,
I don't care what her English name used to be or whatever. She's Okoye forever.
Right. She had a sword and she was bad A with it. Okay, a sword.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I don't have yet. I don't have a sword. And then Daryl.
I got multiple.
And Daryl, I didn't get me one. And Daryl had a bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, good. Having a gun is good.
Yes.
Take nothing away with that. Good. Guns are good. Having ammo is good. But you can run out of ammo. And as you see, Okoye, she never ran out of ammo because she had a sword. And she was mean with it. She was nice with it. Chop you up in pieces, right? But also, even with Daryl, he had a bow and arrow. But guess what?
Mm-hmm.
You look outside. Right now, I'm looking at my window. And guess what I see outside? I see a tree. I see wood. Meaning that you can learn how to make your own arrows.
Yep.
And in hell, I just seen Hawkeye shoot. Hawkeye gonna give you some ideas. Listen, once you learn how to shoot with an arrow, set the dark child, you put some tips on those things, you could be deadly out there.
Oh, bruh. I told you, I got the tips. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, okay, this is it. This is what I've learned to do. You need 5 guns. You don't have to have all 5, but you should have 5 guns. You need a handgun, right? I'm gonna be honest. I got some. You need a 12 gauge. You should have a long gun. Now at this point, you're good. You should have a deer hunting rifle because you should be able to hunt for your own food. And if you really, really, really goofy, I'm gonna go for. I want a sniper rifle too. Why? Because I've seen it on TV. Right? You should have a bow and arrow set. You need to have an axe, a wood axe, because you might need to cut down that damn tree outside your house.
Right. To make some arrows and firewood and all that.
Exactly. You need a good wood axe, old school lumberjack wood axe. What I don't have is a spear. I don't know why I would need a spear, but if I needed to keep zombies from reaching me and keep it about 6 feet from my body, could help. No idea. And I know it sounds crazy, like, oh look, why are you buying all this? But for future reference, a 12 gauge bullpup shotgun, tactical shotgun, costs less than 2 pair of Jordans. So if you got a 40-inch TV in your house, or anything larger than a 40-inch TV, you can have a weapon of your choice, most likely. Just saying. If you got a good living room suit, you can have a long gun. Long gun being AR-15, M4 kind of stuff. Y'all better start looking where you spend your money.
You know what? You have a point, though. You have a point. I think I'm gonna add a sword and a bow and arrow to my to-do list or to my list. I don't have that. Definitely a sword, though. I would definitely want a sword because I definitely want to be on my blade, be on my blade-ish.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. I think a sword is better than a baseball bat. If I had to choose.
You right. Hey, listen. You right, though, because a baseball bat's good, right? It's going to hurt, but you're going to cut some ish when you swing that knife. Or
if I have think about this, right? Think about this real funny part. Let's say somebody and you're trying to scare them off, right? And you got a bat over your shoulder. You might have to swing that baseball bat, huh?
Yeah.
But if you substituted that baseball bat for a sword, it's a 90% chance you will not have to use it. Even if you don't know how to use it. Nobody's trying to figure that shit out.
Got you.
So,
and honestly, I don't think nobody want to take a swipe of a sword to the body. You know what I'm saying? With a bat, you might be able to take a hit with a bat, right? Somebody with the bat, you might be able to take it. It may break an arm, but you might be able to grab the bat. You know what I'm saying? And pull it off them. But with a sword, you're not gonna be able to grab the sword and pull it out someone's hand without cutting your hands off at the same time. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. And in addition to a sword, that's on me. A good machete, military grade.
Oh, I got me machete. I definitely got machete.
Yeah.
And I got it to where it came with a sharpener too. So just don't get anyone. Make sure you get the machete to come with the sharpener too, so you can always keep that blade nice and crisp. So when you cut something like butter,
is that bruh? So listen, I know it sounds crazy, but listen, Black people, and I know predominantly the people who listen to us are our complexion. Listen, real talk. Isn't it weird that if we had this conversation with the average Black person, they would look at us like we're crazy, right?
Yeah.
But if we drove, let's say Pickens County, Georgia, right? Straight up Georgia 400, and had this conversation with a group of white people, they would be looking at us like, y'all just now figuring this shit out.
Facts. And that's,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's truth right there. And I think the problem is when it comes to us is that we're so naive. If you was telling another group of Black people about getting a bow and arrow, getting a knife, I'm like, for what? It's not that serious. Ain't nothing going on like that. That's the mentality that you're in. That's why we're in predicament that we're in right now, because we're not ready. And then when something does happen, you want to sit there and look at the big government, big daddy, talking about, help me. They don't care about us. They don't care about the working class people.
Oh, I'm glad you went in there. That segues into our second topic. So first topic, the first topic was preparedness for survival. And then we basically arm yourself. This is not telling you to go out there and do stupid stuff in the street, but honestly, if your first thing you're gonna do is call the police. That's your first step, right? What's your second step before help gets there? Personally, my second step is to depend on myself to take care of myself, and I get my supplies and material accordingly, right? So that's the first thing that we want y'all to understand in 2022. When you call the police, it's 5 to 10 minutes before they get there. What are you going to do for those 5 to 10 minutes before help arrives?
You're gonna stitch, twiddle your fingers around. Hopefully,
Once
get there in time.
Your choice. And I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. Well, I don't do drugs mostly. I don't smoke. I don't really drink. I don't have any bad vices. I don't spend a whole bunch of useless money on stuff. And honestly, spending $200 on a pair of sneakers is absolutely the most idiotic thing. But that means that my disposable income. You ever went in the country and you seen a white guy or a group of guys, whatever, to get out of a truck? They be in like a $60,000 Ford F-150 or something, right? They get out, they look like their shoes have never been changed. Their feet probably smell like the most horrible part of any pig you ever smelt if they take the shoes off. But the truck is a $60,000. Why? Because they spend their money on different things. Clothes and shoes don't mean nothing once you get past covering your body. Doesn't mean anything. But I bet you if you went in the back of their truck, once again, they are more than prepared to protect themselves or hunt for food any day of the week. Right?
Right. Facts.
So, second part of 2022 being uplifting is we need to look at our personal finances. Again, I think we talked about this, but I don't know if we could ever talk about it enough. Black people, period, poor people, where are you spending your money? Where are you using this? Right? Because, once again, these crazy white boys will spend $60,000 on a Ford F-250 with the sports hunting package and the wrench on the front and the floodlights and the breather, and it's sitting 17 inches off the ground so they can run through flood water. We buying 68-inch television with our government stimulus checks. I don't know if we should keep doing that. Right?
Right.
And think about this. There was an article a few weeks ago that said by 2050, the net worth of the black community will be zero. That's 30 years from now, 28 if you want to be precise. The net worth of the black community will be zero. But that doesn't mean anything. You know what? When we got out of slavery in 1865, do you know how much of the country black people owned? The wealth of America, black people own 2% at the end of slavery. We own 2% of the net worth of the value of America. You know how much we own now in 2020?
How much?
And this includes your millionaire basketball players, football players, and movie stars. I want you to understand that garbage.
That's only
you know what the net worth? I mean, the net worth of the value of America that black people own right now, not spend, just own.
Don't know.
The same 2% that we owned at the end of slavery in 1865.
Wow. So no increase at all from there.
Nah, 170 something years, we have not increased because we buy trash. We buy trash, we don't hold on to nothing, and we don't invest in our futures. So most black people are born struggling, and when we die, we don't leave nothing to our kids.
Damn.
Yeah. And this includes Beyonce and Jay-Z. They happen to be black in America too. You know how bad it is if we know we got billionaires in our midst and we still don't own nothing? My God, brother. So, black people, poor people, period, black people specifically, what are y'all spending y'all money on? We'll be talking about that throughout the year. This is a war on weaves, lashes,
makeup,
BBLs, Jordans, rims. Come on, bruh. Rims.
Is that still a thing? Is guys still buying rims on their cars? Is that still a thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, we just gotten older. We moved away from that group of people.
Yeah.
But the younger people, yeah, rims. Rims is important. The radios that we enjoyed being real loud, they still do it. We just don't be around them. But yeah. See what I'm saying? And so we need to talk about our personal finances. We need to talk about personal protection and what it means. Buy you something and learn how to use it. We need to talk about our personal finances. Let's actually make some money. I want to have a show on crypto at one point in the future. Because crypto is an opportunity, but it's pretty much just a lottery ticket. If you can't get in early, it's just a pyramid scheme that you might get lucky enough to cash out on before they crash and take your money. But we need to invest in something that might make us rich instead of just going day by day. So that's one other thing in 2020. You want to add anything here?
No, you're wrong. I'm gonna jump in. You good?
Okay, but so that's it. So once again, step one. Welcome to 2022. Personal protection. I cannot stress this enough. Ladies, y'all think that men don't protect y'all in public. The truth is we do not. Some of us do, but the vast majority of us, y'all have told us to not intrude in your personal life. Let you be you. Let you be free. That comes with the same stipulation that, okay, you better be able to protect yourself. I've seen the movie The Purge. That is the scariest movie I've ever seen. And it's not because it's a horror movie or nothing like that.
No.
Watch The Purges.
Yeah, because pretty much it's you are on your own for the next 24 hours. There's no 911. There's no Batman or Spider-Man. No one's going to protect you. It's you versus everyone. And no one and everyone is fending for themselves. So don't think your neighbor is going to be, come check it with us. Nah, they mean the same ones might try and take you out as well.
Exactly. When I first watched The Purge, I took it as that was wild. But as they keep doing Purge movies and they keep going further down the Purge drain, you start to realize, not the Purge drain, you start to realize that the basic premise of the Purge isn't even that unreasonable. You might think it is, but it actually is scarily enough with some of the politicians we got in office right now. This ain't even unlikely. This could just be an actual preview to reality. That's how weird it is out here in the street. So protect yourself. Ladies, protect yourself. If you don't need a man, fine. Act like it. That's all I'm going to say. Act like it. And get your money right. Quit buying stuff that's just throwing away money. That $10 billion that y'all are dropping on to try to look pretty to impress the ballers who just want to bang you out and leave you where they found you. That $10 billion that y'all jump into beauty and health and beauty care or whatever you call it, that could be repurposed directly into your family, into your neighborhoods, into yourself, aka education or investments, instead of buying shit that it's feeding the Korean community. in the Chinese community. Stop that junk. Right?
Got it.
What else? Okay, the number 3 for 2022. And I'm saying this, looking myself in the mirror, personal health.
There we go.
Personal health. Because if you do have to run from somebody trying to kill you, should you actually catch an asthma attack while running?
Are you able to at least run 1 mile? Not even full speed. It's like a jog. Are you able to jog at least 1 mile without passing out? Or better yet, you know what? I went on early this year. We did a family trip. We went to this place. It's like a mountain climb, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're walking up a hill, a mountain. Okay, walk up the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You mean trails? It's just bridges and stuff you'll go across. But there are some people in my family who barely were able to walk up the hill without like having a damn near heart attack. Like we're just walking. No one's racing. This is not a race to the top first. It was just we all walking, taking pictures. There were family members, and to protect their innocence, I ain't gonna say no name, but they know who they are. You know who you are. And if you listen to the show, listen, they were dying for air. I said, Lord, all we doing is walking. I said, what would you do if there's a pack of zombies come behind us walking, and we have to walk up this hill to get away from it? You be dead by now. They be gnawing on you because you can't wait for me. My heart about to bust through my chest. So yes, what Seth Darchild is saying, listen, ladies and gentlemen, on top of having this pandemic going on with these multiple variants happening, you need to be working on your personal health. You should, stop spending your money on junk food. And listen, there's an aisle, and they have vitamins in there. And they have, and those, in the aisle, they have all the vitamins in the world that you need. So, so when it first happened, and you was run out there buying all toilet paper, for what? Meanwhile, if you want to improve your immune system, just go down the aisle with the vitamins at, and you have A, B, C through Z to go. You know what I'm saying? So listen. We just dropping some nuggets for y'all, so you let you know, because it's 2022 and it's not looking any different from the last 3 years now. Just let you know. So we just getting out of head start what to look for.
Yeah, I got one question.
Go ahead.
Because my son asked me this. He asked me what was a BBL. Do you know what a BBL is?
BBL?
Yeah,
butt and
the
boob
Brazilian
lift?
butt lift.
Yeah.
But do you know what they do during a BBL?
Yeah. They cut you open and move stuff around and stuff it here and stuff it there. And yeah, it just looks horrible.
Okay. And I explained that to my son. They pull the fat from here, they inject it here to get, and he was like, Dad, why don't you just pull the fat out and leave it out?
That's too much.
And
right.
For a second, my mind went blank because I was like, "Wow, yeah,
you ain't got no answer." Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna don't get a Brazilian butt lift. Just pull the fat out your stomach and leave it out.
But see,
that's a win, right?
Yeah, that would. But here's the problem, though, right? When it comes to getting these surgeries, that
I don't think they're right.
Even though you may be cutting stuff out and moving up and moving down, move to the side, it doesn't change the habit of your eating. You know what I'm saying? All you're gonna do is put that fat right back onto you if you ain't changing your diet. So some people they'll start out good. I'm gonna start eating steaks. I'm gonna start doing this, but it's a condition that you just went to the surgery and got done. You're gonna go back and eat fast food and chicken and everything else. You just it's not cold turkey. You just can't stop doing it. You understand what I'm saying? That's why people who work out and they naturally lose weight, it's more of a personal game because they untrain themselves to eat certain foods and diets and shakes or whatever the case may be during the months of progress to where they get it now they can maintain it. Whereas if you went to surgery for the first year, you look good. And then by year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, guess what? You're back to where you was originally. Why? Because you didn't change the habit. You just got cut. But I digress.
No. No. First off, like you just said, I do not advocate this. I don't like it. I wish it would stop. It's dangerous and it's unnecessary.
Very dangerous.
But if you are going to ignore everything you already know, once again, if they're going to suck the fat off your stomach, why did you tell them to inject it into your ass? Why exactly? Just suck it out and throw it in the trash. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's right, and I do not endorse it, but why you want them to put it in another part of your body? That seems the opposite of smart.
No, because people are more worried about looking good for other people. I'm gonna say that again.
Well,
people is more worried about looking good for other people instead of trying to be healthy for themselves.
There you go. So once again, people, I think I'm gonna let Twins run a couple of shows this year. He already does it on his other channel. We're gonna just talk about personal accountability when it comes to eating and fitness. And I am as guilty as anybody. This is no stones being thrown, but personal accountability. I curled that fork and spoon to my mouth every bite that went into my mouth since my mom stopped feeding me, as a kid. So we got to do this. We can't keep doing the same thing we've been doing.
Insanity. Looking for a different outcome.
Yeah.
It's insanity. Exactly.
So we're gonna do that. We're gonna take some accountability. But 2022, once again, can't keep doing it. Personal finances, get your money right. Personal protection, be prepared to take care of your damn self. Right? What else you want to talk? What else should we do for 2022? What other things could we do for 2022 that might be beneficial? You got a suggestion, bro?
I mean, the three that you named is really the most and probably the only ones that people need to work on. And I don't want to give too big of a list because those first three things is hard enough to accomplish by themselves. So I think we should stop at these three right here. Protection.
For me.
What was it? Personal protection.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? Finances.
Personal finances. Where are you spending? Wait, and specifically, not getting a job, not working harder. That's all a good thing. But honestly, we got to get down to where are you spending your money and why? Those questions need to be asked. And it ain't just because your ass is grown. Why and where are you spending your money and what's the benefit? Because if it ain't an investment, it's a liability. I'm sorry, keep going.
Right. And also to add to it, too, is that at the end of 2021, people were making life decisions about getting a job or not to maintain their current job. Now, as of right now, it has been suspended. But right now, you should take this time to make sure you got all your finances in order, start saving money up, not work on exit plans, but work on other strategies or other ways to have your income to maintain for you and your family because it can always come back. And with the whole variants and the stuff spreading like crazy now, more than likely it's going to come back. They're going to push hard for everybody to get but anyway, all I'm saying is that you need to you saw what happened you saw what happened last year in 2021. Let's not repeat 2022. Let's not get stuck like, oh my God, I got to make a decision and do this, do that, or I'm going to lose my job, I'm going to quit my job, I got to get a new job. Listen, start saving your money, put money to the side, taking care of stuff, paying stuff off. Tomorrow's not promised. But yes, on the third note, your personal health.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge everyone to go walking once a day.
Listen, at least 1 mile a day. One. And that's bad, but one. It's harder than you think, especially if you got a desk job.
Listen, y'all get lunch.
1 mile a day.
You get lunch, go outside, walk your neighborhood, get some fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the weather's been nice in here, so it's been in the 70s, but get some fresh air, the just walk outside and come back in and get back to it. That's it. That's the minimum.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we want you to do more, but just got there and walk.
15 minutes a day. 1 mile, 15 minutes. You should, after a couple of, you'll find out that 15 minutes is a long ass time to walk 1 mile. But in the beginning, 15 minutes. And cut some of the sugar out your diet. Please.
Don't just do it, do it for yourself. Do it for your loved ones. Because, we all got somebody who loves us. Do it for them, your kids, whatever. We got to stop being selfish in 2022, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that? Oh, see, you told me only 3 was it, because we should have a part 2. Because I think I want to add one more. I know it sounded like we was wrapping it up, but I want to add one more.
Go ahead, Seth.
And I think it's been bugging me lately because I've been on my rant about the destruction of the black family and what causes it and blah blah blah. And you can find 1,000 channels on YouTube that support most of everything I've ever said. But we need to do something about our community. For real. I mean, we need to do something about our community, the black people, because that fact that we won't have anything to show as a black community in 2050 bugs the hell out of me. It bugs me because I know how hard I work, but I also know that, if I can't build a community, if you have $1 billion and you worked hard for it, but you don't have anybody to share it with, at the end of your life, it goes back to the government. I mean, you're dead. You ain't got no beneficiaries. The government take you. Right? And if the people around you, you don't have anybody around you that you want to leave it to, once again, what's the purpose of even amassing? So we gotta build up hope in our communities. We gotta build up some faith in our communities. And I don't mean religion. I mean faith in each other. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm not telling nobody to go back to church because I'm not religious and I don't believe in church. I don't. But we need something to bind us together that just is lacking right now. So that's the 4th thing. The other 3 are big, but I think we should talk about community a couple times throughout this year also.
Okay. So the community, that's the 4th one, the community?
Yeah, we'll go with community. We'll stop right there, but we need faith in each other. I don't even care about I do care, but I don't want to harp on men, female, stay together, make this okay, cool, fine. But we need to have faith that we as black people got each other's back. Stop selling each other out for no good reason or trying to get the bag or a quick come up. We got to start taking some L's because it's the right thing to do for the community. Am I asking for too much?
No, not at all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think this was a very good, healthy topic for beginning of the year for 2022. And hopefully you took some notes here and hope you can take the time and reflect and how those things can apply to your life and the benefit of them. It's not just talking just to talk. It's like, listen, we're giving you some gems, some nuggets, something you can take away with. So with that being said, I'm your host, Twins Inc.
I'm your host, Steph the Dark Child.
We'll catch you next Sunday. We out.
Peace.